Hi, this is Simon. In this series video, I will present 5 tips for Omniverse in 5 minutes. Tip number 1. Stage template lighting. You can access the default template light by going to File, New from Stage Template. Then, pick your favorite light setup, a studio light based on 2 area light, for example, or an HDRI with some sunflowers. Import your favorite character to the scene, and you have an instant lit image without the need to create a complex light setup. Now, you can enjoy the rest of the day in the field. Tip number 2. Add fire to the scene. You can easily add fire to your scene by turning on the extension flow USD. Then, create, flow, preset, and fire effect. To manipulate the position of the fire, you need to make an X-form and place the fire effect inside to make a group. Select every part of the fire effect and just drop them to make the flow emitter prime a child of the X-form. Adjust the torch position to match the hand of the character. Play the scene in the timeline to see the fire effect simulation. Now, you can fine-tune the fire position in real time by moving the X-form group. Pause the timeline and compose your camera for the final frame. When the angle is correct, you can render an animation, sequence, or a still frame. Tip number 3. Snap tool. When working with many assets, it can be difficult and time-consuming to position objects. To help with the process, Snap tool will snap to specific increments. If you select Snap to Faces, the selected object will snap to nearby faces. When the magnet icon is turned on, you can quickly lay out your object in the scene by snapping your assets. For example, on the table in the scene here. Snapping your object to another object faces is the perfect tool to position and align object with consistency. As you can see, snapping is an essential tool to position object in the scene with many assets. Simply click the toolbar icon on the left to toggle it back and forth. Now, you can also increment the position, rotation, or scale of an object. Here, the paint thinner can has a 90-degree rotation value, so every time you rotate the can, it will snap to another 90-degree angle. Changing the X position value to 50 will move the can by increment of 50. Snap increment and snap to faces are important tools for your next layout task. Tip number 4. Live sync. You can live sync Omniverse with Unreal Engine for real-time connection between the two applications. Then, if you change camera, light, or object position, it will be synchronized in the viewport. You can create or import other assets during your live sync session. Tip number 5. Reshade. For a hand-drawn look, using Machinima, use Reshade, Cartoon, Sharpen. Make a good composition with your camera and character pose. Next, go to Post-Processing tab to remove the background using XR compositing. For final tweaks, we can make a simpler color correction and color grading. Reshade will give you option to explore cartoon render with edgeline and flat shader only using a quick post-processing effect. Then you can play with the Z rotation of your light to finalize your NPR. And if you don't like acronyms, you can just say non-photorealistic render. Thank you for watching 5 tips in 5 minutes for Omniverse.